Hello, everybody. Welcome to my new Sunday market breakdown. So we started the DXY as usually. So we start on the monthly, and on the monthly we are still bullish because we touched this higher low, and this is our higher high. So we have that bullish M that can play out still to the upside. So what we can further see on the monthly is that the price is having some difficulties to break this zone for around already 1, 2, 3, 4 months already. So this can be an indication that the bulls can kick in further to the upside. So if I go to the weekly, what can you see on the weekly? The weekly is still bearish for me because we had here our high wick and here we had our low, because this wick from that smaller bearish W here came back to the same wick. So what I can see is this is one leg for me. This wicks came till the low from this low. So this is one leg, then this is the high, then lower low. So this is the bearish W for me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's why we went to the downside with the false break. And yeah, we went then to the downside to the monthly buying zone again. What you can also see is that the price went very more aggressive to the upside than here to the downside, because here it took already 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks till this candle, and now we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks that the price was coming back to that zone. So it's very corrective. As you can see on the daily, it will be more clear. And we have that weekly bullish candle close that can possibly act like an indication for more bullish momentum. So weekly is still bearish. We are at the monthly buying zone, so we can expect maybe a pullback back till the weekly highs, or maybe a break of that. So we'll need to see what will happen, but I expect some bulls to kick in from that point. So if I go to the daily now, so the daily, so what I see on the daily is still bearish for me because we had here our high and this is our low, because this week's came to the same lows here as this one. So this is one leg. So we have that bearish W. So I will draw it again. So we have first leg, second leg, third leg, then a possible fourth leg till this smaller bearish W here, or the bigger one highs, and then we can potentially go more to the downside, or we can go just impulsively and break above that to make potential shoulder 1, head shoulder 2, maybe. So we just can see that the bulls are active, that we can have some pullback till this first point of structure, and then maybe here some sellers kicking in for potential more downside momentum on the daily, because the daily is still bearish. So yeah, and on the 4-hour, what can you see? This lower high is holding the price down. So this is our bearish W that can still play out. As you can see, the bears are kicking in from this zone for potential more downside momentum. So yeah, then I will go to GBPUSD. So if I go to the weekly on GBPUSD, what can I see? We are still bullish because this was our last low. This is our new high. We made the same highs. And then, yeah, we made the same lows. So we have that natural M pattern that we had for potential more upside momentum. The only thing now is we are back again at this weekly highs, and this can be a potential, fake out false break of that zone. As you can see, we are not closing above that weekly horizontal line. So we are making a kind of triple top. So we can maybe expect some bears to kick in, but we are still bullish. So we have that weekly bullish candle with us. The only thing that is playing against us is the weekly highs. So what I can see on the daily is we can make this bullish M here. So first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg, then potential fifth leg to the upside. So the price is coming already corrective. As you can see, we had here 2 weeks for that impulsive move of the daily, and here we already struggling with 3 weeks. So 3 candle close on the daily, so 3 days. So yeah, that's very nice. And I want to see also from where this move started from last week. So what I can see, if I look further back, you can see we had here some clear support, buyers kicking in, buyers kicking in. Then here also buyers kicking in, resistance, 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 support. So it's a nice supply and demand zone here, also some support. And yeah, it's a buying zone potentially that can push the price more up to the upside, to the upside. So we'll need to see what will happen there. So I went to the daily. We have a daily bullish M. We are coming corrective, and you can see it on the 4-hour more clear. As you can see, that we are coming very corrective counter to the trend, because this is our low, this is our high. So we are still bullish on the daily. So this is our counter to the trend price action. So yeah, very nice to see. What I want to see on the daily is the touch of that IC, because I just drew my whole IC of the daily zone, and there I want to see a 4-hour diesel, or if we can make here already a pattern in the form of an shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2 maybe. The only thing is that you need to take in account is that this wicks came to the lows. So in a bullish market, it's more likely that it could play out, because we have still this bullish M that can play out with that corrective nature. And if we make then that shoulder 1 here, head, shoulder 2, impulse, then pull back, then it's more likely to play out if the 4-hour is against us, so it's not bullish. Yeah, then more likely is that we can go to the downside instead of going to the upside. That's what I had tested with my back testing, so that's what I view on that is. So GBPAUD, the next one. So if I go to the weekly, what can you see on the weekly? The weekly is still bullish. We had here this low, new high, low, higher high. This was also this is also a higher high. So this is our bullish M here. First leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg, fifth leg, potentially going to the upside. And what I also drew was this week that all the way came back to the upside from the previous week. So I drew my horizontal line here, and you could see already resistance here, and then here some big buyers kicking in, went to the upside and then back to the downside here, this massive wick. Then here some support, then here, resistance, resistance, resistance. Then if I look further back, some resistance, support, resistance, a lot of resistance actually. We went above that, and then we acted like support. So we have that weekly bullish candle close. We can look on the daily because the weekly is clear. And what can you see? We have that pattern within a pattern. We have that first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg coming back potentially. Then this potential shoulder 1, head, shoulder 2. We have a pattern within a pattern. We have our ascending trend line, first touch, second touch, potentially third touch, aligning with the daily shoulder 1 zone. So that's what I can see on GBPAUD, that the price can come back with that daily retrace candle already forming, so an indication that we can go to the downside. So if I look on a 4-hour, then you can see that the price is already struggling here, and there are kicking some sellers in from that point. So I expect maybe some more bearish momentum to the downside, and then that we can come back corrective, and then we can have here that inverse and shoulders that can play out. So that's what I can see on GBPAUD right now. Then EURNZD, if I go to the weekly, this is a more risky trade, I find, because, okay, the weekly is still bullish, because we had here our low, this is our new high, everything between that is just a correction. But then here on the weekly, we also making here this, so this low, high, higher low, higher high here, higher low, higher high, this is one. So if I go back from this low, this is one leg to the upside, because all the wicks went over to each other. So all the wicks went to the same highs from that weekly close here. So this is one leg. So I see this as one leg. This was just a false break of that higher low. So we are still bullish on the EURNZD weekly, the bigger time frame from that leg, and also from the smaller leg we had a bullish M. So we are bullish, but we touched this weekly beginning of correction, weekly highs, and we can potentially make some kind of reversal or making the bearish momentum after that, because we are coming very correctively to the upside. As you can see, we are coming in some kind of ascending channel to the upside. So maybe we can expect some more bearish momentum. So I drew here my horizontal line from where the buyers kicked in from, because I want to see how far the price can go. And I can see that there is some nice supply and demand zone sitting here, some support, the price went to the upside, support, price went to the upside, resistance, resistance, support here, price went to the upside. Yeah, and if you look further back, also here some support, support with bullish momentum kicking in. So it's a very clear supply and demand zone. So you can consider to take it with that weekly bullish candle close. If I go on the daily, you can see on the daily, you have this low here, and this is our high. This is one leg, but I can see it also as, so you can see it also as this bullish M here with a natural M, because this week came to the same highs. So we expect the same lows. So that's what we see on EURNZD. It's a much more risky trade from that weekly criteria that is against us, weekly highs, weekly corrective nature here. You can see it already on a daily, but that doesn't mean we cannot break it or we cannot touch this zone again. So I will see if I see on the daily and I drew this zone here. What can I see? There is sitting some kind of supply and demand zone here at this natural M. So we have here some support, resistance, then resistance, support, resistance is nice wick here that came all the way up and then back down, support, potential support. So I expect price to come back to that natural M, my daily white zone. So I will draw it now better like this, my daily white zone. And I will then go to the 4-hour. And what you can see, the price is having here some selling orders. And now we had that impulse, and now we can make that corrective nature counter to the trend for potentially making that natural M to go back to the upside. You can see here also impulse, corrective nature, impulse. We can make that corrective nature also for potentially more upside momentum. This is what I can see on EURNZD. So then GBPNZD, if I go on the weekly we are bullish in my view, because we made here a potential shoulder 1, head shoulder 2. This was our low, this is our potentially high, but we were making here this high and then we broke it, so we were bearish then. But I was looking to the bigger pattern, and then we had a switch around this region here, because this was our high wick and this was our low, and we broke it here, so we made a bullish M. So we are now making a bullish pattern. We are making that yes, this bullish M here for potential more upside momentum. So the smaller one first, second, third, potential fourth and fifth to the upside. So we have that weekly IC sitting here, weekly low. If I go to the daily, you can see on the daily we have that bullish M that can play out, first leg, second leg, third leg, potential fourth leg to the daily lows potentially, or making here a 4-hour pattern. Inverse and shoulders or bullish M on the 4-hour. We have that ascending trend line holding the price up. If you want to draw it better, it's more like this, then it will be more clear. Like this, this could be the ascending trend line here, holding the price up. So then on the 4-hour, what can you see? Yeah, you had already here some impulse, and now we can expect corrective nature. Maybe we can form there the shoulder 1, head shoulder 2, or that pattern in the form of that kind of like this bullish M under the previous lower high, like this for potential more upside momentum. So that's what I can see on GBP NZD, a lot of GBP pairs, and NZD I can see, so we need to take in account which one is the best. Then AUDCAD, also AUDCAD is also one. So on AUDCAD, what can you see? We switch from driver. So we were forming this high, new low, lower high here, then this lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So we are making new lower highs, lower lows, and we broke this kind of new this impulse here. We broke it here, so we are yeah, bearish. And as you can see, we acted like resistance here. So we had here resistance, resistance, support, support, and we acted like resistance with a very big wick to the downside. So that's very nice to see. Then we had that weekly bearish candle close, so I could look for the daily. And on the daily, you can see then that this was our high, this is our low, this is our lower high, and then this potentially is our new lower low. So this week here came to the same lows from that close here, from that new leg. So this is one impulse I can see. So this is for me one impulse to the downside. So this is the bigger bearish W for me. But you can also see it like this. This can be your shoulder one here, head, shoulder two. You can make a potentially head and shoulders for potentially more downside momentum. This is what I can see also. So I want to trade that also, that head and shoulders with that nice support here, resistance, potentially resistance again there. So very nice to see that. Then EURAUD, the last pair of my Sunday market breakdown. So if I go to the weekly, what can you see on the weekly? We had here our high and we had here our whole low, because the wicks are going over into each other. As you can see, this is one impulse for me, and we broke it now. So we broke it here. Now we are closing above, and then we are making that smaller bullish M also. So that's very nice to see that we had here some liquidity finding. Maybe I can see if I take in my horizontal line, if we had here some liquidity. Yeah, we have here some support here from back in 2020. Some resistance here also. Yeah, very nice resistance if I look back, and then some support if I look more back in history. So this is a nice supply and demand zone. I can look for more upside momentum on the weekly with that bullish candle close. So I can look on the daily. And on the daily, what I can see is my first leg, second leg, third leg, fourth leg, and that pattern within a pattern, shoulder one, head, shoulder two, ascending trend line holding a price up, first touch, second touch, third touch, aligning with the shoulder one. So, and we have that retrace candle also already, so we can expect more downside momentum. So that's what I can see with that trace candle, that we can go to the downside. So if I go on the 4 hour, then you can see after that impulse, we can make corrective nature till that shoulder one region where the buyers are sitting at. So this is my Sunday market breakdown, guys, for this upcoming week. So I hope you liked it. And yeah, I see you next week. Bye. Have a nice trading week.